All right, welcome back to another episode of the Thumb Strong Podcast. I'm joined, as always, by Barry and Bethany. How are we doing today?
Good. Happy birthday.
Okay, thanks.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
For today's episode, we're going to talk about the Thumbfest Games, or aka Thumbfest Fitness Fundraiser, which is a mouthful. That's what it's been called in the past. So I was trying to think back to how long we've been doing it. I think the very first one, John Baltowski and I put on in 2019. So this will be our 8th year doing a Thumb Festival event. So we wanted to just kind of talk about it, specifically what we're doing this year and the cause that we're supporting this year and why you should do it. So kind of the first thing that we want to go into is just the story behind it. So we had the idea of doing an event. I think the county, actually the city, approached me and asked if I wanted to do something during Thumb Festival. And so we put on a kind of something different. So it's not just like a 5K or a mile run, walk, whatever. We did running mixed with some exercise, obviously, because we're a fitness facility. So we were at the Diamond Trail 2019. It was a 2-mile run walk, and every quarter mile we had exercise station. So you had to do like push-ups or sit-ups or burpees or air squats, something like that. And then every year we've pretty much done something since. Can you remember your first one? You've been here for 5 years now. I'm trying to think of what the first one would have been when you got here.
We were running. I remember it was like a run around the park. So we went to that like grassy area in the park.
Yeah.
It was like a run around, and then like you came in and did like however many exercises, and then you did a run around again.
Yep.
I don't think I participated that year because it was a single. The next year I hopped in. I think it was Katie's partner.
Yeah. And
we did. It was more like it was shuttle runs with the exercises.
Yep.
And that. Yeah.
At the park.
At the park.
Yep.
Yes.
You're right.
And then last year was kind of switched it up. We did games.
Yes, last year we did games.
That one was fun.
It was a lot of fun. The only thing with it is you have to get a lot of different game equipment, like cornhole boards and all that stuff. So if we wanted to have more people, it would get tricky. But it was fun.
Yeah.
That first year in the park, that was the year that we supported Allison Patterson after her husband passed. So it was just nice that we could put on an event and had a bunch of people come out and were able to raise some money to help support her. So that's what it's really all about, and kind of why we do it is every year we donate proceeds from this event to somebody in need or a fundraiser, an organization, something like that. We always gather sponsors every year to help support local businesses and promote them, and then they help cover the cost of the shirts, and that way we can donate 100% of the proceeds to whatever organization that we want to help out for that year. So it's definitely more than just like about fitness. It's not just like, hey, let's create this really hard workout for people to do. We want to try to get people involved in the community, into health and fitness, but also support a local cause or organization or somebody in need, bringing people together, kind of getting the word out about health and fitness, trying to get people involved, not necessarily, creating a really hard workout for somebody to do. Right?
It's all about the community. It's like what we did for the Murph.
Yep. It's about, exactly. About community, building relationships, supporting a great cause, that kind of stuff. So for 2026, we're doing something a little bit different. So we wanted to switch it up a little bit. Something called HYROX has become very popular in our country over the last, probably globally, really, over the last couple years. So HYROX, it's kind of like blending those endurance athletes with some strength and conditioning, like strength athletes. So you're combining running with training, like strength. So they have sled, pull, push. They've got wall balls, row, ski, burpee broad jump. They've got farmer carries in there. So they have exercise stations that you complete, and in between there's 8 exercise stations. You do a 1,000 meter run. which is like a little over half a mile. So it's a really cool way of kind of blending strength and conditioning. People are really gravitating and trying it out. So we thought, why not have a little bit of fun and create our own little mini HYROX challenge? So what we're going to do is, obviously it's not going to be a full, really hard variation. Like I just said, we don't want to make a really, really hard workout for people. We want to get people involved and promote health and fitness and try to grow the community, right? So we've got 2 different variations. The harder variation is going to have a 600-meter run, and there's only 5 stations. So you'll be running a total of 3,000 meters, which is actually just under 2 miles. So not too bad compared to 5 miles in an actual HYROX. And then we have the row machine. We've got burpees, wall balls, push-ups, and walking lunges. And you're going to split all the reps with a partner. So if Barry and I are partners, we can alternate however we want. We just have to go back and forth until we hit the number of reps. So for example, if we've got 40 burpees and 40 wall balls and 60 push-ups, I got to do 20, he's got to do 20, maybe we do 4 sets of 5, going back and forth, or 10 and 10, however we want to do it until we get those reps completed. So that allows it to be a lot easier to do. You can break it up and rest while your partner goes, which makes it a lot better. The scaled version, instead of burpees, we've got bodybuilders. It's a little bit shorter distance on the rower. Instead of the wall balls, we've got squats, which you can use a box for if you need to. We've got box push-ups with less reps compared to the regular push-ups. Step-ups instead of lunges. And then instead of a 600-meter run, it's a 400-meter walk, which you can run. It's just shorter distance, 400 meters, which is a quarter of a mile. So a quarter of a mile times 5, you're looking at a mile and a quarter total. So not a super long distance.
Right.
So, what do you guys think of the workout this year? You like it?
I like it. I think the games were fun, like we did last year, but I think that anyone can kind of do games whenever they want, and so it's good to get an actual workout in while you're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's cool that we're doing HYROX too. It's definitely, like you said, it's
something different.
So.
Yeah, I like it because it gamifies it. You do with the partner, and something just a little bit different than what we'd normally do. And I like the different divisions. Not that we didn't have scaled options before, but this is like a very customized scale option, where anybody can do the scaled division.
Right.
As at that point, then it's make the RX the hard division.
Yeah.
So.
And if you have a friend that can't do the RX version, then they can always do the scaled version.
Yes. So I could be an RX and do the harder version, and I could just have if you were a beginner, you could just do the easier version. And we could still do it together.
Partners,
Yep. You just have less reps, easier variations.
Yeah.
I really I agree with Barry. I liked the games that we did, but at the same time, I do want to make one of my goals with this event and with the whole Thumb Festival weekend is to promote health, fitness, right? Trying to grow fitness in our community. So, like you said, you can play yard games and stuff anytime.
But how often do you run in between them?
Probably run in between them. That's for sure. Yeah. But yeah, this definitely is geared toward what we want to do with strength and fitness and conditioning and overall health, right? So, yeah. It's definitely made for anybody to do. Like we said, the harder version will definitely be a little bit of a challenge. It comes out to be probably 25 to 35% of what you would do in a full HYROX. So it's definitely easier. And then that scale division, anybody can do, no problem. And you're just doing it to do it. You're not doing it to win anything. You're not doing it to be the fastest, the best, whatever. I guess we haven't really talked about it, but we've never really had. We did have a prize last year for the winning team. So scratch that for the winning team. We probably will have something. But it's just to do it and prove, like, kind of look at the Murph. It's just to show up and support a great cause, do something that you can be proud of, makes you feel accomplished when you're done. Well, for a lot of people, they might do this and maybe it's easier than they thought it was going to be, and so they prove to themselves that they're capable of more than they thought. So that's another thing that it's for, right? So that's a little bit about like what the workout is, the event this year. We are donating the proceeds to Sanilac County Hockey Association. So I wanted to talk a little bit about SCHA, why we chose to support them, and talk a little bit about them. So SCHA is a nonprofit organization here in Sandusky. It was established in 2000. I actually played hockey at SCHA from when I was like 8 to 18. So for about 10 years throughout high school and middle school, I played up here at the rink. My dad was actually the president for that duration of time. So he helped basically raise money to support the organization and make sure that we had a rink every year for the kids to participate and make sure kids got equipment, all that kind of stuff, right? So it's a really, really, really cool organization. I loved being up there, and they have open skates and stuff. I made a lot of friendships, and it was something for us to do on a Friday night and a Saturday night or whatever, going up and doing open skates and stuff. So we just wanted to support them because I've been a part of it for a really long time, and now I'm playing men's league up there, and I got talking with Brian Dickendesher, and I just said, hey, we should totally just kind of join forces, and we'll do the Thumb Fest event and get the Hockey Association involved, and we can donate proceeds to them. And so he was all about it, and so here we are. But have you ever been up there at all, either of you guys?
I've been there for open skates, but I've never played hockey growing up.
No, that's right. Yeah.
So
I haven't been.
No.
it's a nice arena, and it fits our community well. And it's in a barn, and so it's really cool. Like I say, it's in a barn, but when you go in, it's way nicer than what when you think it is. But it's really cool in there.
Yeah. You do train quite a bit of the hockey players.
Yeah.
You have trained, and a lot of our student athletes are hockey players.
Our hockey players. Most of them that I've trained are hockey players.
Yeah. Which is cool because obviously they're taking their fitness and health pretty seriously, and they're getting some extra training to become their hockey players, and so that's really neat as well. But so basically, after 8 years of doing this, we want to just continue promoting health and fitness. We want to try to continue getting more and more people involved in health and fitness in the community and supporting great organizations and people along the way. Before we wrap up, what would be your favorite? How many Thumb Fest events have you
only
had?
remember the last year's.
You only remember last year's? What was the most significant one, I guess, for you?
Well, I mean, there's only one that I've actually done and participated in.
Yeah.
Because
You've been a part
I've
of
ran
them.
a lot of them.
Yeah.
And been a part of a lot of them. I mean, I thought last year's was the most fun.
Yeah.
Like, people had the most fun. Like, instead of just, like, doing, like, running and body weight workouts, which I think this year's going to be more fun because there's, like, equipment.
Yep.
Than just doing, like, running and body weight. But I had the most fun last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just because it was different than anything we'd ever done before.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year's was fun for sure. The most significant ones, I would say, well, the year that we did it in the park for Allison was a very significant one, and then the one that we did for Callie Townsend was very significant. And that one was like when we announced that we were going to be donating the proceeds to the Townsends. We had just so many people come.
A lot of people.
I mean, we doubled our average number easily.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show, like, when you support a great cause, that people come together and support no matter what. So that was very, very cool. That was a good year to do it. So hopefully we can get a lot of people to come out and do this one as well. I know there's a lot of SCHA families and fans out there, so hopefully we can get a good number and have a great event. So hopefully we'll see you there. Until next time, stay healthy and have a great day. See ya.